Howdy, this is our Aggie Park project and we are Team 2. I am the team leader. My name is Dustin Woodyard. Mo Martinez is a social/cultural expert. Jason Pollan is an economic expert. Jake Crane, environmental expert. And Nicole Chan is a sensory expert. So this is Aggie Park. It's located east of Kyle Field, north of the Association of Former Students building. Right now it's being utilized for tailgating, core workouts, and ring day festivities. There's also the main water retention area for Texas A&M. As you can see in these pictures, it is not very well maintained. Lots of dead grass, lots of loose brick, concrete retention area, and overall it's just a bad representation of what Texas A&M is. So we did a quadruple net value analysis on this property to see what the potential of this property has, not only financially but socially, environmentally, and sensorially. This analysis is used to help real estate developers show that they can increase the value of properties by looking beyond financial models. Creating a space that incorporates social and cultural activities is environmentally clean and pure and is pleasing to all sensorial factors. Can create a return on perception that can't be calculated in a financial model. For Aggie Park, we look for ways we can create this return on perception by applying all of these factors together. We believe that there is a need for Aggie Park to be developed, and we believe this need can be satisfied by good design, delivery, activation, and management that will create enduring value for this site. We created this video to show how developing Aggie Park can affect Texas A&M University as a whole.
So yeah, one of the main things we learn about creating real estate value is, of course, location, and Aggie Park is one of the perfect locations to have a park here on campus. I mean, it's central to the entire campus, and as seen in the video, you have 4 important things that make up Aggie tradition around Aggie Park. And some of the potential uses to build in Aggie Park would be an open space for game day activities, you know, creating the ultimate tailgate experience. You know how exciting the 12th man could be, and the whole game day experience here at A&M. A new building for the association to host events. Currently, the association is outgrowing their current facilities, and ring day is a big deal here at A&M, so a new facility would be great to host events like that for the association. An amphitheater for performances. One example is Breakaway we have every Tuesday. Of course, in the fall we have basketball season, so they're trying to find places to host Breakaway and different venues. So why not bring it over to Aggie Park with the perfect amphitheater overlooking a lake? We could use Aggie Park for educational purposes. The stage could be used for class presentations, different lectures, guest speakers. Park benches and trees could be used as a perfect study environment. As you see in Academic Plaza, people love to hang up their hammocks and read a book and just kind of lay back. So let's take that over to Aggie Park and create a perfect study environment. Open green space to conduct lab exercises and kinesiology classes. We could add more recreational additions. Running tracks would be perfect around Spence Park. Maybe some trails throughout. You all see how packed the rec to get throughout the year. Why not bring joggers over to Aggie Park with new lighting? It would be a whole lot safer and just a better experience to run outside. The pull-up bars that are currently there now, I mean, I see people out there every day using them. So let's bring them back, and people could do perfect calisthenic exercises out there.
My name is Jason Pollan, and I'll discuss the economic impacts that the Aggie Park project could possibly have on the Texas A&M University. So here's our site. The redevelopment project would run about 1 year, where this area would be off limits being redeveloped. We're estimating between 10 to 15 million in construction pricing. Other costs associated with it upon completion of construction is ongoing maintenance. We're estimating low hundreds of thousands of dollars. And our plan to fund this project is through donor outreach. We're looking at getting them engaged in this project here. So the benefits to the Aggie Park design right here are, there's quite a good number of them. Earlier in the presentation, we showed that we looked at Texas universities. There's not a site like this centrally located in any Texas university. We looked at our conference peers in the SEC. There's not a site like this in the SEC. This is 20 acres in the shadow of our 100,000 plus persons football stadium. So that makes this area unique. And in order to derive some comparable information, looked at Central Parks across the United States. Central Park in New York, Millennial Park in Chicago, Clyde Warren Park in Dallas. And from that, we know that the taxable values of the adjoining and adjacent properties, they go up because the property values go up. As this area is redeveloped, it is going to bring in tourism and visitation, and so that creates traffic, and that creates a synergistic movement to bring other type companies into the area, more restaurants and retail outfits and things of this nature. And then revenue generated by the project is, as Mo mentioned, this is the new event center, and this area here is an amphitheater. And depending upon what type programming that is offered through these areas, we can collect fees through that. And as far as occupancy rates go, we're looking at the student acceptance rates into Texas A&M University being strengthened by an upgraded, curated, centrally located park to the university. We know from a ULI publication that modern college students are looking at the aesthetics of a university, not only the academics, while they make their educational choices of attendance. And as far as construction value goes, we know it's a bigger project that will more than likely bring in outside contractors to complete it, but we do estimate that there will be a number of jobs created directly due to the construction and management of the assets here at AGGIE Park. Sum it all up, we feel that this project represents a very nice economic win for Texas A&M and the surrounding community. And with that, I'll turn it over to Jay.
All right, so environmentally speaking, AGGIE Park carries potential value to set the standard in park development. To set the example for other universities is something to live up to. This campus enhancement is not only to be used on game day, but it's supposed to be used year-round. It's a monumental space. It's supposed to. The purpose of it is to be revered as a staple of Texas A&M. So, in order for us to integrate the park within the fabric of the campus, we're proposing a couple of things. We're going to emphasize a natural canopy of shade using all pre-existing trees from the site. We're going to add a few oaks as well. This is going to create a majestic feel, a grove-like feel for a tailgate area. It's going to also, aside from aesthetic value, it's going to, this natural canopy is going to reduce the heat island effect. It's going to lower the average temperatures of the park. So on a hot summer day when it's 100 degrees outside and Kyle Field's bricks are burning up and everything, it's going to be nice to go get into a shaded area and crack a cold one with your friends. So beyond that, those overgrown, those century-old oak trees, that's a staple of A&M. You know, you could walk down the streets and you could see overgrown trees covering the streets. You know, you have the century tree. It identifies with A&M, and you know that's something that I think is really needed in this park. You know, it needs to have the identity of Texas A&M, and on to stormwater management. This active detention pond is going to not only serve its functional purpose, but we're going to be using it as an amenity. We're going to stock it with fish for catch and release fishing. We're going to have student activities like kayaking, and it's going to become a multifunctional landmark. Is what it's going to become, and it's going to comply within the required detention requirements of, I think it's 12.5 acre feet, and excuse me guys, and then we're also proposing a centralized water feature within this lake. That's going to also, that's going to create a picturesque backdrop for people to come and take pictures. It's going to also, drown out the effects of the traffic surrounding the area and the loudness of the city. Hopefully the stock pond will emerge as well. That also, hopefully brings more of a sensory value. And with that, I'm going to hand it over to Nicole to talk more about that.
So I'm Nicole, and I'm covering the sensory value of the site. And first off, all this feature contributes to the virtual component of the site. And with the AGGIE statue, the Northern Bridge, proposed outside the Luminite Center, and green landscaping, Visitors will be able to experience a sense of place and attachment to the Texas A&M campus. And the park contains 20 acres of natural space, which offers people a relaxing and pleasing environment to socialize and recreate. And in order to enhance the sensory experience for people, a detention pond can be added as an appealing feature and also draw attention from the main street and surrounding buildings of the site. Moving on to smell. And the sense of smell is intrinsically linked with our short-term and long-term memories formation, and is one of the most important sensory experiences of human beings. And the smell from the food during tailgate and game day might contribute to a positive sensory experience for visitors. There's also an opportunity to add more fragrant flowers and green vegetation to the site, which will serve as a positive scent and filter pollutions around the adjacent streetscapes. And for sound, the water feature of the park creates a soothing sounds for visitors and also provides a positive environment for visitors. And in terms of negative impacts of the site, there are traffic noises from adjacent streets. However, the park is still considered as a quiet natural space. And moving on to taste. The park contains seating areas with picnics, and during tailgates, visitors will bring their food to the site, and sensory experiences can be enhanced if the site provides more food options and choices. And finally, touch. The park currently has several types of texture paintings. However, there is not much interactive activity for people to understand, and there will be a good opportunity to incorporate more textures in the design of the park. For example, creating a detention pond will allow people to sit and interact with plants and water.
So in conclusion, from the Quadruple Net Value Analysis, we concluded that economically and financially, we estimate positive returns on investment. Socially, we think it's going to create a place where people can interact with each other and create lasting memories. Environmentally, it is changing the identity of the park, but it's still serving its purpose as the main retention area for Texas A&M. Sensorially, it will be more appealing to the five senses because right now it's just not something that AGGIEs are proud of. And special thanks goes to all these companies and Chad Terrell especially for some of his YouTube videos. Any questions, comments, and feedback?
Yes, sir.
Y'all are gonna keep the president's buildings gone, right? But the second one still around?
Yeah, the vice president.
Are y'all gonna keep this? Are y'all gonna do anything with that, or is the vice president gonna still stay there?
I don't know.
You know, we don't know how the association plans to use it, but I know from what I've heard that they're planning on keeping that building.
Cool.
What would you do, Carla?
What would I do?
Yeah.
You'll see.
You'll find out.
Just be patient, eh? Any other questions? Man, you're just as loquacious as the class before.
You have something, Professor Booth?
No, I'm not going to make any comments until all four of you are done. That's the fairest way, I think, to deal with it. All right, so please put your hands together.